Hi, my name is Nikki Bernetti, and I'm interviewing my mom, Dana Bernetti, who is turning 65 this year.
When did you have to assume adult responsibilities? Like around what age?
Basically, my mother was a single mother, so I moved out of the house at 18 years old. And at that point, I was supporting myself, so I would say 18.
Okay. And what did you do differently socially and civically in this transition? Was if there was any.
Well, I had to go out and look for a job. I had to pay my own rent. I had to pay my own electric, get my own car insurance, buy a car. I had to do get all those responsibilities.
Did you like take advantage of even more freedom, like socially, like going out a lot or?
No, my mother was pretty lenient. Pretty much, I could come and go as I please because when you're at the house, you have to, when you're living with your parents, you have to come home at a certain time. But, I just was, I guess I got to do a little bit more. I got a lot of freedom.
How did marriage change your life?
Marriage changed my life. And when I got married, I decided that at that point that I wanted children. I wasn't sure at the beginning before, but meeting somebody and us living together, we had to learn to live under the same roof. Let's just say.
Yeah, oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that about the kids
Yeah, I
thing.
didn't want the kids.
Explain how you reacted and took on the role as a mother to teach us to become responsible adults.
Well, I guess that I taught my kids early on to start doing the laundry, doing the dishes, making their bed, cleaning their rooms. Basically, what my mother taught me what to do. So, to cook, to clean, all those good things, so that when they move out, that they can do those on their own.
That's true. What were your proudest and most successful moments of being an accountant, realtor, and mom? Like all separately.
Being an accountant, I worked for a very large corporation called Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus, and I was very proud of work doing that. I was an accounting manager. A realtor, I always have referrals back from the people that I sell houses to and who sell their houses, and that makes me feel good that they really liked using me.
Yeah.
As a mom, just seeing my girls grow up, become independent women, and go off and live their life the way they should.
Good. What kind of physical and mental challenges did you face when reaching middle age?
It was hard to keep my weight off. I would put weight on, so dieting was very difficult. My endurance was a little bit not as good as what it used to be when I would exercise. And I have some hot flashes from menopause.
Okay. Explain the difficulties of staying physically healthy while you grow older.
As we get older, we get a little lazier. But I like to usually, the thing is when your clothes don't start to fit, you need a diet and you need exercise. You have to do both of those. So I just have to force myself to do it. I have to force myself to do it.
Yeah, because we can't live off of our metabolism anymore.
I don't love exercising, but I do it, and I think I have to stay healthy.
Was it difficult to adjust to the different work roles you had, especially since you've done a couple different ones, including being a mom?
Yes, because when I was working as a CPA, it was difficult because my girls were young, so I could only work part time. I didn't work full time during that time. At the beginning, when they were babies, I did work full time, but we had to financially. And when I didn't have to, I just worked part time so I could keep the career. And then I stopped for a while. And then when the girls were old enough to drive to school and take care of themselves, that's when I became a realtor. So,
What made you choose being a realtor?
because it was easy. My husband was a doctor and he had very easy schedule. He could leave and go on vacation when he wanted. So I needed a not 9 to 5 job.
Who or where do you find companionship from?
I find companionship from my husband. I find all the time because he doesn't work, he's retired. I find companionship from my very good friends and my neighbors.
And what do these friendships and relationships do for you?
Oh, they do a lot for me. They keep me sane.
What do you like to do in your leisure time?
I like to watch a lot of TV. I like to
Reality.
I like to socialize with my friends. We like to walk the dogs. I like the sun and the pool.
And how do you fit leisure with your work schedule?
Well, right now, being a realtor, I'm not working as much, but being a realtor, I can make my own schedule. So usually on the weekends, we all get together and I do what I need to do on the weekends. So.
In class last week, we discussed younger elders. Not that you're in your retirement years yet, but nearing it, taking care of their aging spouses and sick parents. Papa has early onset dementia. Can you explain the difficulties and how you take care of him, what you do with all that?
Well, he developed early onset of dementia at 53. It's been 3 years. He has a hard time processing information, such as like maybe using the remote control, putting the TV on, shaving, using utensils, and every day he progresses worse and worse, basically. His walking is a little bit more difficult. He's unable to use a knife or cut properly. He doesn't make any of his own food. But he has a good attitude, and he's good about it, and that's important.
That's good. And so that's basically a new role you're taking on as you're going, like a new fourth job, basically. What kind of stress and stuff does that put on you as well?
Well, I agree, yes, that's why I'm working a lot less, so that I can hear, well, I worry about if I have to leave the house for a couple of hours, if everything's okay, because he doesn't really use the phone too often, the cell phone. So worry about that, and if we do still go on vacation, I worry about him, if he were to be unable to find his way around. I don't like to leave him alone by himself. And it's just stress watching it happen.
Absolutely. Do you have any support or help, or what do your friends or family do to help you cope with this?
Well, we luckily moved into our neighborhood where a lot of our friends are here, and some have moved on because they can't handle it, and some have been there. And there are a lot that are still close, and I have my girls, they come back and visit, and they're especially we go on vacation, they're very good with him. Watching out for him, caring for him, but friends and family, that's
Yeah,
it.
shows the true family then, true friends. How did you take on your parents becoming elderly and adjust caring for them?
Well, my mother, basically, it was my mother who lived close to me. She moved, and every time we moved, she moved close to us. So I would go over and visit her, a couple of times during the week. And then when she got sick with cancer, I was there. I took her to her appointments, and I basically took care of her to the end.
Yeah, she lived close to us. What does life mean for you, and has it changed throughout your years of growing and aging? That's a weird question.
Basically, you just live your life the way you want to live it, and to be proper, and to treat others the way you want to be treated. So I don't think I've changed a whole lot. I mean, during the years, actually, maybe I have changed a little bit. From the beginning, I used to be very shy and kind of afraid to say no, and now I've decided that, I don't live that way anymore. It's not worth it.
Okay, perfect. What are some of the happiest moments of your life?
Probably the birth of my daughters, when I got married to my husband, when I built this house. I love this house. When we moved to this new house.
Yes. What were some of your worst experience and moments in your life?
I was in a verbally abusive relationship, and that was probably for a number of years, probably my worst situation. I guess, the fact that I hadn't talked to my father in many, many years,